packed house.
ACB coach said at halftime that he challenged you guys because of how many points you gave up in the first half. When he does that, how easy is that as a team? Like, is there any conversation that goes on afterwards, or it's like, okay, we got it, and then you just go out and execute?
I think we shouldn't have to have that challenge, and that's on us. That's on me. We got to do a better job from the jump, and that's kind of been a theme for us. We need to win first quarters, and we do a better job of setting the tone, early. But he did challenge us, and I think even without him challenging us, we knew, we weren't playing well on the defensive end. We weren't getting back in transition. There wasn't enough effort, so we kind of knew that as players. We just got to stop trying to flip the switch and just set the tone and bring defense every night.
Your role has changed so far this year. You're in the starting line. You're playing 35 minutes a night effectively. It's just like, how are you feeling? How are you holding up through this? Like, is it a different kind of change of pace as opposed to previous years?
Well, yeah. I mean, there's a different workload. There's a different last year I always talked about balancing, getting better and being ready to play. And I still have to do that, more minutes, and still have to develop and get better with Ogie and do those things. So there is more, but this is what I've asked for. This is what I've wanted. This is what every player in the NBA wants. They want opportunity. They want more minutes, and the front office and coaching staff has given me that. So I'm happy. I want to play as much as possible. Like I said, this is exactly what I wanted, and as long as it's leading to wins, then that's what matters.
You guys have scored more than 130 for 4 straight games. What's working for you guys on that side of the ball?
I think Nikola's obviously that's where you start. He's been great. When we play through him, we're really good. Sometimes we stray away from that, and that's kind of when we start turning the ball over. When we play through Nikola, then play through Jamal, get Mike's shots. We've been really good and really efficient. Those guys have played really well. But I think that a big part of why we've been so good, especially these last few games, is Russ. Running in transition. He's, I think. Even I told somebody the other day, it kind of shocked me how good of a passer he was. I knew he was a good passer, but I didn't know he was this good. So he plays off Nikola really well. He finds me in transition a ton. He's been great for us. So, just playing through the right guys. And we have a lot of offensive talent, and that's clearly, not our problem.
What's the balance between kind of pacing yourselves collectively as a team during the regular season, making sure you're not in a spot where talking about our guys burned out at the end of a game 7 versus starting to develop bad habits potentially at the defensive end? Like, is there a balance there, or is it just like at a certain point in the season that can't matter? You just have to get that?
No, you don't even talk about pacing yourself. That that shouldn't be a thing. Sadly, sometimes it is, and you try to stay away from that. But like I said, we gotta hang our hats. I think our championship year we did a really good job of hanging our hats on defense first, because we know we're going to score points. Like you said, we scored 130 the past whatever many games. We know we're going to score as long as we come out and we make the other team play bad. We're going to win a lot of games, and we haven't done that yet. So we'll get there, but there is no pacing yourself, especially because the Western Conference is so good and it's so tight. I think we're doing a good job. We're going in the right direction, but there's no pacing yourself. You want to get the best seed, and the best way to be fresh is to win games by a lot, and not play fourth quarters. And I think that's the best way to be fresh. So don't pace yourself. Just try to win games by a lot. If you want to sit out and you want to get rest, you need to blow teams out.
Russ, you mentioned him earlier, just the way that he has sort of supercharged the lineup, honestly. Like, with as fast as you guys are playing, as often as you're getting out of transition, how much fun is it not just getting passes from Nikola on the break, but also getting them for Russ too? I
mean, he's been so fun to play with. He's been great for me. He's been great for the team. His energy, just as a whole, defensively, he's been great. He's been everything that we expected from him, and just his energy and just his approach to the game. The way he approaches the shoot around, the way he talks, the way he does everything, the energy he brings is amazing for us. And like I said, when I'm on the break and he's got the ball, we feel so comfortable with him, dropping passes off. So all I got to do is run, and I think that makes it really easy on me. And so I got Nikola doing that, making it easy on me, and I got Russ making it easy on me. So I love playing with both of them. you come up here at night and Russ is still in here, working. So his approach to the game is refreshing, and the way he's guarded this year has been really good for us. So, we love playing with him. We love Russ, and that's just kind of who he is every day.
One more. CB, kind of go back to the defensive stuff and coach. You guys get no point where coach shouldn't have to say that stuff to you at halftime. He mentioned how Russ is always the most vocal. But do you, at this point now in year 3 as a starter, do you think you can? I'm not saying you're not vocal, but like, are there things you can do so that it isn't just on Russ necessarily?
Yeah, it's not just on Russ. I think
Sure.
there's definitely other vocal players, I think that there is vocal, and we just have to take that talk and make it action. There is people every time out that come in and say something. There is people that when we're in the huddle before we go out of the tunnel that talk. There is all that. A lot of times we talk about things and we don't do them, and we talk about that too. So we have vocal people. We just got to come together as a unit and do it from the jump. And I think if we set the tone from, quarter 1, which is the starting five's fault. That's my fault. That is our fault. We need to do a better job of, jumping on teams. I think our first year, I felt like every game we come out and we get off to a good start, and things would go from there. So I think we can do a better job of that. I think that we do have other vocal guys, on the team that do a good job of speaking up. Like I said, we just got to come together as a team and stop talking about it and just do it.
Thank you, Chris.
Thank you, Chris.
Yep.
Appreciate it.